This video is a result of a direct request from our Discord server from a certain ARC Trooper Brickfilms. He mentioned he needed some sound effects for his stop motion because he included the Heavy Missile Platform Droid Gunship, also known as the HMP Droid Gunship. This vehicle first appeared in Revenge of the Sith in the year of 2005. However, in-universe we see it earlier during the Clone Wars, in Season 5 in the episode Tipping Points. And to be honest, this thing is absolutely devastating. So let's talk about the sights and sounds of the vehicle that gave characters like Saw Gerrera and Din Djarin PTSD. We'll get into this more with the weapons section, but in motion the HMP gunship acts incredibly similarly to a real-life military helicopter. It hovers in place with ease and is quite maneuverable. However, this is at the cost of speed, which maxes out at 100 kilometers per hour, which is absolutely pitiful compared to the Republic LAAT, which clocks in at 620 kilometers per hour. When flying, you can notice in the lower frequencies there is a certain pulsing sound, and in the higher frequencies, kind of a whine, as if you're hearing rotors of a helicopter, and this just adds to the intimidating nature of the machine. Another unique part of the HMP is the addition of ray shielding, making it particularly hard to deal with if all your military has is small arms and basic munitions. As we see in the Clone Wars, the clone RPS-6 rocket launcher was commonly used to get past the shields. However, the HMPs sometimes would attack in packs, so getting these rocket launchers in enough quantity was often difficult. With the shield sounds, I thought it was pretty interesting that they use the same shield noises as they do not only in the Clone Wars movie, but also from the Phantom Menace, when we see the Gungans have their shield when they attack the droids on Naboo. After doing a little bit of research, I found this nice article by gamesounds.org. It's pretty interesting and I'd recommend checking it out. But basically they go through the sound design process of the shield noises, where they use a lot of acrylic and metal sheets, making waving noises, and then dropping some tubes with microphones in them and combining those noises with some blaster hits to kind of generate those shield noises that are so iconic in the Star Wars universe. Now when it comes to weaponry, this is where I find that the HMP gunship draws a striking resemblance to the real-life helicopter, the American Apache gunship. The HMP is equipped with a massive number of missiles, a blaster cannon set up for power and long range, as well as rapid-fire blasters for short range. The Apache has a very similar loadout with reconfigurable missile tubes, just like on the HMP. And it's because of this weaponry that this platform was absolutely devastating to infantry in a way that not many vehicles had before or have since it was used. In addition to this, the HMP also had the ability to transport and deploy 12 droids. Now it could either do this with B1 battle droids, B2 super battle droids, or BX commando droids. And on top of that, its missile pods could also be equipped to carry buzz droid missiles to sabotage and disrupt a battle. One of the surprises I found while watching back through the episodes is that it can actually talk. There's no pilot to this vehicle. It houses a droid brain that controls the functionality of the ship autonomously. And there is one scene, one time, where it talks. Right after a tactical droid gives it some orders, it says, "By your command," and then goes and does it. In terms of the voice, it's pretty much guaranteed that it's Matthew Wood. That's how it is in the credits. It sounds a lot like the Clone Wars Super Battle Droid. Pretty sure it's just Matthew Wood with the same filter as B2, but here you go. Now, for how effective these gunships were in combat, they were not invulnerable. As I said before in the shield section, the RPS-6 rocket launcher was able to pierce its shields and make quick work of the vehicle if you managed to get a hit. When damaged, the gunship sounds exactly like a helicopter going down. Just listen for it. Alright, so those are the sounds for the beast of a ship from Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars. I love the HMP gunship. Its design is somewhat similar to the Millennium Falcon, but it was actually originally based on a concept design of the Republic gunship from Attack of the Clones. Notice the circular shape and the way the turrets sit in front. This was a pretty common thing they did for the Clone Wars, going back on older designs and repurposing them for the show. And it just makes it that much cooler that they took design cues from real attack helicopters. And in the show, they are not afraid to show it being extremely effective. This thing takes out clones like nothing. It is crazy. And I honestly think that if they had introduced this earlier in the Clone War, it could have definitely changed some things. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this one. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my Embo video. It's very much in the same vein as this one. Subscribe, check out the Discord, check out the vault sound effects, and remember, this is the way.
This is the way.